Hey, g'day, it's Prezzo and welcome back to my shed. Now, normally I say welcome back to my shop, but here in Australia we call the building that I'm standing in at the moment a shed. Now it's my workshop, and I know that sounds confusing, but trust me, here in Australia if you say you're going to the shop, you're going to buy some barbecue chicken or some chips or a newspaper or whatever. But today I want to talk about shed art. Now, some time ago this was given to me. A gentleman named Rick King, one of my viewers, met up with him and he gave me this beautiful CNC plasma cut stainless steel sign. And this is what he does for a living, and the work that he does is absolutely fantastic and you should check it out. Now, when he gave me this, I had the idea of doing a bit of shed art. At the moment in this building I've only got the one piece of shed art, and let's have a quick look at that. And here it is. Now you can probably tell that I'm Australian, and back in 2009 I was very fortunate. I was involved in a competition called F1 in Schools with a group of students, and we were in England for a competition, and we were very fortunate to be able to tour the Red Bull Technology Centre, their Formula One Technology Centre, and we were given full access, or when I say full access, we were given supervised access to their workshops, and it was a mind-blowing experience, something I'll never forget. Now, back in 2009, Mark Webber was driving for Red Bull, and once he retired, then more recently Dan Ricciardo, up until last year anyway, was driving for Red Bull. And I'm a bit of a Formula One tragic, so it just seemed natural that in my shed I would have my little shrine to Red Bull. Now, of course, the other thing is that Dan Ricciardo this year decided he was going to move to Renault. And why? Why, Daniel? And he's finished the season, and it's fair to say it didn't really go as planned. So sadly, this little piece of shed art is going to have to go. Okay, I'm going to have to stop here and talk a bit about this part. This is one of those LED displays that I bought on eBay, and I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. It's one of the ones that comes with its own remote and a number of pre-programmed effects. And I've already checked this out. I wanted to be sure that when I turn the lights on in the shed, that this unit comes to life with the last effect that you set on it still programmed, and it does that. So I didn't want to have to go and find this every time I come down here and I want to turn the lights on. I want this to light up as it should. So it does do that. Now, as far as bonding all of this to the back of the plasma cut sign, that's all a bit nebulous at this stage. I'll probably get the LED strip cut and bonded, and then we'll come back and we'll have a look at the final wiring. The only thing that's causing me grief here is that one of these stainless steel spacers has to go concentric with the drilled hole in the front of the sign, and I want to be able to get my LED strip down onto the stainless steel without it interfering with that. So I've also got to bend this wire around the connector. That's about the only thing that's causing me grief at this stage. So let's just do it. Okay, you're going to have to excuse me for doing most of this off camera, but you do not want to see my shaky old hands and myopic eyes trying to do this sort of thing. This is meant to be technology, not comedy. But I have held that coupling down, that connector, with some double-sided tape. Done the same with this unit here, which is the brains of the whole LED display. And what I need to do now is put the little sensor that picks up the signal from the infrared remote, and I need to have that so that the window is just below the bottom edge of the sign there. So I'm going to use some hot glue for that, and we're ready to put it together and rock and roll. This one was proving to be a bit problematic. I had to take the screw off the back and just make sure I wasn't pinching the wires at the end of the LED strip. So I've sort of loosened it all up, and I think I'm pretty good. You can sort of see it's a bit tight there, but I've got that good. I'll put the screw in from the back now. And if you're wondering why I use cheap Phillips head screws on the back, it's because no one's going to see them. The ones on the front, these are nickel-plated round head screws, and I think they just look a bit retro and a bit nice. Alrighty, I'll just clean off that marker pen there and we'll see what it looks like.
This came in the mail.
Okay, thanks. Dear Mark, sorry about 2019. I'll do better next year. Cheers, mate. Danny Rick. Oh, Daniel, why? Should have stayed with Red Bull, mate.